keep walking with me. We're not even done down here. Not even close. And before we go a step further, notice something. You're not even walking through unarmed anymore. Back in the kingdom, you picked up something. You saw the enemy's face. You learned how the wars fought. We don't go into these rooms defenseless now. I need you to feel that. Because the darker rooms are still ahead. And we're going to keep going down. But you're carrying something into them now that you did not have when we started. I told you when we began, the Shadow Realms has many rooms. And that I'll show you the ones most men never get to see. We have seen the method now. The kingdom, the war. How they break a man in. But the method has branches. It has rooms. Places where the method takes a particular shape and waits for a particular kind of man. And there's one just ahead I have to show you. Come here. Stand with me at this door for a second before we go in. You feel that? Most rooms down here, you can feel the cold before you enter. This one's different. This one's warm. Light spills out under the door. It looks from down here like the brightest room in the entire realm. Like maybe we found a good one, a way up, a place of light. That's the trick. This is the entire trick of this room. Because this is one room in the Shadow Realm that was designed to look like light. It starts in light. It pulls you in with light. And somewhere in the middle of it, the light turns out to be painted on. And you're standing in the dark and the door behind you is gone. Most men walk through this room. Almost none of them see it for what it is. Tonight, you're going to see. Stay close. Watch where I point and don't touch anything until I tell you what it is. They call this one the Mirage, the room of many faces. Let's go in. Welcome back to the Clear Path of the Warrior Guide, Season 1, The Shadow Realm. This isn't about becoming someone else. It's about remembering who you were before the world told you who to be. We're deep in the realm now, and I'm walking you room by room. Tonight's room is the one that looks like a blessing and works like a trap. Where the second method lives. The one that doesn't break you, but it invites you in. Wearing the face of the answer to all your desires and prayers. Stay with me. This room has a lot of faces, and I want you to see behind every one of them before we leave. So look around. Feel how warm it is in here. How inviting. Now let me tell you why this room was built to look this way. Because it tells you who it's built for. Up in the realm, you saw the rooms were made of pain. Those are for the men who still carry light. Many anchored into something true. You can't invite a man like that into the dark. His light still works. It would show him the trap. So for him, the realm builds rooms of force. It has to break him in. But this room, the warm room, the bright one, wasn't built for that man. It was built for the man whose light is already low. The one who's already reaching for the world, already hungry, already half turned towards the glow. You don't need to break that man who's already walking towards you. You just have to build a room that looks like everything he wanted, and you have to let him walk in himself. And before we take another step, I have to tell you the most important thing about this room, or you will misread everything in it. Look at all its light. It feels like abundance, like a blessing, like something good is being given here. Nothing is given here. The darkness has no power to give. Not one good thing, not a blessing, not a gift, not the answered prayers. Only God gives. Everything real and good in your life came from Him alone. All the darkness can do is counterfeit. Make a copy, wear a disguise, take the shape of the thing you wanted. So this whole room, all this beautiful light, it's not light. It's just a painting of light, a mirage. And the thing in here that looks like the gifts are not gifts. They are the faces. Watch. Come here. Come over here. See these? All along the wall. How they shimmer. Look closer. Faces. This is the room of many faces, and every one of them is wearing the precise thing some man was longing for. Look at this one. It's wearing the face of a loyal partner, the most devoted, righteous spouse a man could pray for, the perfect mentor, the trustworthy business partner, the ally who finally gets you. Each face is shaped to look exactly like what someone's reaching for. And here's what makes them so convincing. Watch how this one moves. See how it does the work of looking real? It goes to the same gatherings the people go to. It says the same words you say. It stands in the same room, around the same trusted people, building the reputation of good character right in front of you. It earns the look of trustworthiness deliberately over time. This isn't a clumsy mask. It's a face that's practiced being good until the practice was seamless. So the man walks into this room, hunting, hungry, praying for exactly this, and sees a face that's everything he wanted, doing everything a good person does. What happens? His guard comes all the way down. Of course it does. Everything of the surface says safe, says good, says finally, and he walks up to that face and opens his life to it. His trust, his heart, his home, his network, because everything told him that it earned that. That's how this room works. It doesn't attack your defenses. It makes you lower yourself by wearing the face. And now I have to show you something, because you might be wondering how a man ends up in this room in the first place. Let me connect it back for you. Remember the mask room early in the realm? The face a man puts on to survive? The version of himself he performs so no one sees the real him underneath? Here's what this room never tells you. The moment you put on a mask, two things happen. You hide your real face, yes, but you also lose the ability to see the real from fake in everyone else. Because once you're wearing a face, you're in the masquerade now, and in the masquerade, everyone's masked. And a masked man can't call out another man's mask without exposing his own. So you stop looking, you accept everyone's face at the surface value, because you need them to accept yours. And that is the road that leads right into this room. The mask walks you here. A man wearing a mask ends up in the room of many faces, because he is in the same crowd now, the same masquerade, surrounded by faces and no longer able to tell which ones are hollow. The snakes gather where the masks gather. They love this crowd, a room full of men all performing, all guards down, all of them having already agreed not to look closely anymore. A masked man is the easiest prey in the realm, because his own disguise blinded him before any snake ever arrived. Hold on to that, because when we leave this room, I'm going to show you that it cuts the other way too. That the man who takes his mask off is the one man in here who can still see. But first, let me show you what these faces actually are underneath. Now, come here, and this time I'll let you touch one. Go ahead, reach out and put your hand through the face, to the center of it, to where the real thing should be. Feel that? Nothing. It's hollow. That's the secret of this room. The face can be flawless. The words, the loyalty, the good character, all of it perfect. But at the core, where the real thing should live, there's nothing there. The real loyalty, the real love, the real care for you, it was never inside. It's a costume worn over an empty center. And an empty center always, eventually, does what an empty center does. It bites. And that's why the old name for the thing wearing these faces is the snake. Not to be cruel, to be exact. A snake can lie still in your house for a long time, looking like it belongs there, patient, waiting. But it has the nature of the snake at its core, and sooner or later the nature comes out. The bite isn't betrayal of who it was. The bite is who it was. The friendship was the disguise. The strike was the truth. And here's why the snake you let inside is so much more dangerous than the enemy at the door. And I really want you to see this one, because it's the whole reason this room is in this realm at all. You let it close. You told it your fears, your hopes, your soft places, and the spots that aren't armored. So when it finally strikes, it doesn't strike your shield. It strikes the exact places it learned were undefended. That's why the wound of this room goes so deep it can dim a man's light on its own. And it's not the wound of an enemy, it's the wound of someone you trusted. Aim precisely at the place you trusted them with. Now watch one of them over time, because in all of the months a face spends looking like a friend, it's never idle. It's working. Let me show you what it's actually doing. It's studying the man. That's the intention hiding under the disguise. The face gets close to learn what he has, what he knows, who he knows, how he works, where he's open. It wants the knowledge, the network, so it befriends his friend, his connection. So it networks into his world, it embeds into his whole life, positioning quietly the entire time, wearing the face of the loyal one. And notice where these faces gather to hunt, because that trips out every man. They gather in the good rooms, the conferences, the network, the social circle of the places you admire or you desire, the circle of people seeking to grow. And when a man finds out what one of them was, he's shocked. How could they have been there, of all places? But look at it like a hunter. You hunt where the food is. The predator doesn't walk into an empty field. It goes where the prey gathers. And the best prey gathers in the trusting, open-hearted rooms, where everyone's guard is down because everyone assumes they all came for the same good reason. So meeting one of these faces somewhere good is not proof it's good. It's proof it knows where to hunt. The good room isn't the character reference. It's the watering hole. And watch the scale. It tells you how big a threat the man is. A small face hunting a small thing, just a desire, a quick advantage, hunts alone. When the prize is bigger, money, position, power, look, the face is not alone. There's a circle around it, a network, others backing it, coordinating, covering for it. And some of them are good people who were just told a story and are being used without knowing it. The bigger the prize, the more support the snake builds. And under the people you can see is the thing you can't. This is the kingdom showing its hand. A lone face is a low forager. A network one is the realm moving in formation. Now watch what the face does to the man while it positions. It doesn't lift him. It holds him down, gently, invisibly. Every time something good is about to happen, the face is there inserting a little doubt. Are you sure? I just don't want you to get hurt. I'm only looking out for you. Framed as care. But the wings get clipped again and again, and he never sees who's holding the scissors. And slowly it makes him doubt himself, his own judgment, his read, his worth. So he leans on the face more and trusts his eyes less. And then watch when the moment comes. The chance to step over him, to take the thing it positioned for, and the face takes it without hesitation, because the loyalty was never real. It backstabs, it betrays, it steps over him and takes what's his. The nest it laid out so quietly all that time, it hatches, and the man is left with a deep wound and the dark one, the kind only a trusted face can leave. That's the bite. That's how the bright room turns black. Now before we leave, come back to the center with me and look up. Look at the walls of this room. See them now? All of them? Flags, red ones, hundreds of them. They were on the wall the whole time you were here. You just didn't see them because you were looking at the faces. That's the thing this room can't hide. If you know to look, the deception is never perfect. The empty core, the missing center, it leaks. It always leaks. Little contradictions, small inconsistencies, a story that didn't quite add up, a kindness with a strange edge, a moment that costume slipped and something underneath didn't match. Every one of those is a red flag, and they go up on these walls from the very beginning. The surface stays flawless, but the game was never on the surface. The game is in the detail. And the detail can never fully lie because the missing core always leaks into them. So why does a man walk through this whole room and never see the walls? Two reasons, and I say both with nothing but compassion. The first, he's good. He thinks positive. He gives the benefit of the doubt. He doesn't want to make a big deal of little things. He tells himself, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm sure there's an explanation. His own goodness is the exact thing that keeps his eyes on the face and off the flags. The room hides its warnings inside a good man's virtue. And the second, this one is stronger. Desire. When one of these faces is feeding a hunger in him, giving him attention, affection, the thing he wanted, stirring him, his discernment switches off. That's what love is blind actually means. It's not poetry, it's a mechanism. When your desire is being fed, you stop seeing the detail. You look right past the red flags on the wall and you want to say, don't worry about that, and you look away. And the flags pile up, unread, until a man standing in his own wound looking back and finally sees there weren't 2 or 3, there were hundreds. Every one weaved away by his own goodness and his own desire. And every man who's been bitten here has to have the same realization. You are not the only one. You weren't uniquely foolish. You were good. And you wanted something. And this room hid inside both. Alright, come back towards the door with me. We're going to step out of this one. But I'm not letting you leave in here like most men do. Blind to what it is. I'm sending you out with eyes for it. So here, at the threshold, take these with you. The first thing, the game is in the detail. The surface of this room will always be beautiful. That's the design. And you cannot read a snake on its surface. So stop reading the surface. Read the details. The small contradictions. The flags on the wall. And when you see one, don't just paint over it with positive thinking. I know your goodness wants to. I know your desire wants to look past it. A red flag isn't unkindness you're committing against a good person. It's information. One, you know. A pattern of them, you believe. The detail tells the truth this room is trying to hide. Second, the deeper thing, seek knowledge, real knowledge, because of where it leads. If all a man runs on is desire, this room takes him every time, because the desire switches off the sight, but knowledge gives sight. And not because it makes him clever, but because knowledge leads to God, and God is the truth, and standing in the truth is the only thing that lets you see the false. Seek knowledge that leads you to him, and you start to see the codes running underneath the surface of the whole world. The faces, the flags, the machine, all of it. The way a man who stares at the screen the whole time and suddenly sees the raw code scrolling behind it. He's not smarter than the men around him. He's clearer because he turned towards the light, and in the light you can finally see. But here's the deepest thing in this whole room, and I'll be failing you to send you out without it. There's one man this room cannot touch. One man no face in here can hunt. The man in love with God. And I mean this with freedom, not as a rebuke. Every face in here hunts by handle. It finds the thing that you love and grabs it. Love this world and there's always a handle. Something to dangle, something to threaten, something to offer. For that man, everything is up for grabs. But for the man who's in love truly with God has no handle. There's nothing in this room bigger than what he's already turned towards. Nothing it can take that touches what he loves. The face shimmers at him and he wants none of it. So he sees through them. He walks the whole room untouched because he came in wanting nothing it sells. That's the real protection, not cleverness, not suspicion. Or love the room has nothing to bid against. And the mirror turns one more time before we step out. The hardest turn. So don't miss it. The same handle that lets these faces hunt you is the same thing that can turn you into one of them. Fall in love with something in this world above God, money, image, your own desire, and that love will slowly teach you to use, to position, to step over the same way it taught every face on these walls. You won't decide to become a snake. You'll just love the wrong thing long enough. And the qualities will grow in you on their own, and you will dim your own light from the inside. No room required, no enemy needed. So the bravest question to carry out of here isn't who around me is a snake. It's what am I loving above God right now, and is already starting to dim my light. One last thing at the door, because I don't want you to make this room your wall off and see snakes in every face out there. That's just another prison. This is discernment, not paranoia. The true ones in your life prove their loyalty slowly and ask nothing of it. The faces buy it up front and collect later. Time and detail tell them apart. You don't have to fear everyone. You just have to stop being blind. And here's the way you stop being blind. I promised you, back at those faces, I'll show you this. Remember how the mask walks a man into this room? How wearing a face makes you unable to see the real from fake? It cuts the other way too. The man who takes the mask off, who's willing to be seen, real faced, no performance, is the one man who can walk into this room and still see. Because he's not in the masquerade anymore. He is not playing the game these faces depend on. And a real face can spot a fake one instantly. He looks at the shimmer and sees hollow behind it. Because he's got nothing to hide and nothing to protect, so nothing clouds his eyes. That's the confidence in being real, and it's the kind of armor the snakes can't get around. Take the mask off, and you don't just stop ending up in this room. You become the man who exposes the painted faces just by standing amongst them. What's man in this room is the snake's worst nightmare, because he can see, and his sight makes everyone else's blindness obvious. Being real isn't only braver, it's how you see. And a man who can see can never be this room's prey. The man across from me, if a face in this room already bit you, if you already let one who studied you and stepped over you, hear me. It was never that you were stupid. You were good, you hoped, you wanted. And the room hid on all three. But you have seen behind the faces now. You know the read on the walls. You know where the light is real and where it's painted on. This room will not take you the same way again. This isn't about becoming someone else. It's about remembering who you were before the world told you who to be, and learning to see clearly enough to protect him, even in the room that was built to blind you. Step out with me. Feel that. The air getting colder again. That's the realm telling you the truth. This bright room tried to hide. The darker rooms are still ahead. And we're still going down. But you're not going in unarmed. And you're not going in blind. You came into this room as a man who couldn't tell real from fake. You're leaving it able to see. That's what I mean when I tell you, I'll bring you through here with a blade drawn, but with a gentle hand. I'll show you every hard thing in this realm, but I will never leave you defenseless in front of it. There are more rooms ahead, and now you can see. Walk with me.
Walked alone with my shadow, till the lies fell to none, and the life they were chasing turned to dust, while my deeds built the one. Every deed plants a tree in a place no eye can see, and everything this world calls winning was quietly taken from me. Some wins cut deeper than losses, some losses set men free, and the trees I planted in silence became the shade protecting me.
This podcast and everything we're building here has been brought to you by Spartan Builders, the Builder's Plug, a Spartan Builders company, building the world and the men building it.